Hi.
Hey, Lucas. All right, so got this game's not up yet, right, for the finals?
I don't know. I'll check.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't think the game is up.
All right. Can you keep an eye on it? Let me know when it's up. I'm gonna watch Swisky's duel
Yeah,
in
I'll
in the
give
meantime.
you a shot. Yeah, the match has started. Scully?
Yep, I'm here.
Yep.
All right. So we got Everfall versus Reclaire for the finals of FLC 15. Both players are already qualified. This is a losers finals, right? Not the grand finals. What's
This
it?
is losers finals. Yeah.
Okay. So on the winner side is what's the guy on the winner side's name?
I think FDS.
Yeah, FDS. So he will then qualify for Worlds at the end of the month. And both these players, Reclaire and FR, are both already qualified for the World Championship. So this is just to see who can win FLC 15 and become a format library champion.
And I believe there were 49 players competing in this tournament.
Yeah, it might be the biggest FLC. Well, I think FLC 1 was really big, like 100 something players. But that was like 3 years, 4 years ago at this point. But this is the most recent, largest FLC.
Yeah, so there's still a lot at stake here, a lot of prestige in winning such a quite large tournament, really.
There's definitely prestige winning an FLC no matter what.
Yeah.
What do you think of Upstart Goblin and Everfall's deck? It's a card we haven't seen in a while.
I actually haven't followed the tournament. I was playing a Magic tournament yesterday, so I haven't seen these decks before at all.
I'm assuming he's playing either Chaos Control or Chaos Turbo with Thunder Dragon in it, but I haven't followed this either.
Uh, yeah, I don't know what I think really. I think people who have put much more time and effort into the deck than I have, I'll let them decide. So I'll trust Everfall on this. What about you?
I have yet to find a deck other than like Jar or Library that I actually like Upstart Goblin
Okay, that's
in.
fair.
I feel like the more I play with any of these decks, it eventually costs me a game from activating Upstart Goblin.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen some of the time. Question is whether the trade-off is worth it.
I would say losing a single duel means it's not worth it.
Depends how many you win because of them, but that's very hard to measure, right?
I mean, the one single duel could be the match, and that's your tournament loss. So if it's ever costing you a game, in my mind, I don't want to be playing it.
Well, that could be said for a lot of cards, right, though?
Not at the level of Upstart Goblin though, because Upstart Goblin can literally just be any other card. Whereas like you're just playing it for percentage reasons of I have a higher percentage chance of drawing the card I need to draw because I play Upstart Goblin. Unless you're using it for like because I'm comboing it with Feather of the Phoenix or something, where there's a true use for it. If you're using it just for the sake of I'm playing 38 cards instead of 40, then if it's costing me a game at all in a tournament, then it's not worthwhile in my book.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
Whereas, like, if you're playing the Sacred Phoenix and Nephis and Hand of Phoenix, and you lost a game because you drew the Sacred Phoenix, then I would not put that as big of a blame of I don't want to use the card as I would Upstart Goblin.
Sure.
It is one of those cards where you'll see like current players that haven't been playing Goat for a long time. They're immediately like, oh, of course I play two Upstart Goblins in every deck.
Yeah, we don't value the life points as much as we Goat format players do.
And to be fair, for a long time, I don't think Goat format players value life points as much as they do now either.
Yeah, no, the more I play Goats, the more I value the life points, definitely.
Yeah, I think for a long time it was just, card advantage and plus ones, that's all that matters. I just want to flip to Kochis and play Pot of Greeds. But,
Yeah, and then you get salty when you randomly die.
yeah.
Randomly.
It's also a format that Ring of Destruction is legal, so.
Yeah, it's very easy to die from what you would think at first sight is a healthy life total, but that's definitely not the case.
Personally, I've liked Jar of Greed more than Upstart Goblin in decks.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on giving an opinion on this one. It's not my area of expertise.
So, main deck
So,
Trap Dust Shoots on Everfall side.
yeah, good against Chaos, right? And I
In-
think Ricklar is playing a Night Assailant version.
Interesting that Everfall is on Thunder Dragon at all, considering he's like the premier Goat Control player at this point. The last person to win a tournament with Goat Control. He pioneered the Mobius build.
Yeah, I remember. It's just Thunder Dragon is pretty good after all, I guess.
I mean, Thunder Dragon giving you has two major things going for it. One, it makes a Graceful Charity into an incredible card compared to just I wait for Sinister card. And the other is the Delinquent Duo defense. You open with it, then your opponent's duo is pretty crummy of a card at that point. And now you can play Chaos Sorcerer. So I talked a lot about this with Dale in our video about Chaos Control, but I think that Chaos Control has kind of replaced Go Control at this point.
Yeah, I don't think there's much of a debate anymore.
It's a short time period of though from to say that though. Like it was only 6 months ago that Goat Control was probably considered the best deck.
Well, 6 months ago, it's also when I started playing goats actively. So
So great card destruction from Everfall here, dropping Thunder Dragon and Sinister Serpent, and discarding a Chaos Monster and an Nobleman from Leclerc's hand. Still behind on
yeah,
cards a little bit though.
Rickler did get to discard the double spy, which I think we're happy with.
Mm-hmm. Two sorcerers
But
though, so that's still no lights in the grave either, which is pretty crazy. Oh wow, heavy on a graceful. Yeah, Leclerc was probably ready like to be sad about hitting a Book of Moon there, and instead hit a graceful charity.
yeah, I mean, it does make some sense, right? Because you want to use the card destruction and then pick up the serpent and activate the graceful. So that was a calculated risk from Everfall, and it definitely didn't work out.
No. And Leclerc gonna dump a Thunder Dragon and an United Silence, so he's gonna be really loaded now.
And this is why I don't really enjoy playing with card destruction. Don't get me wrong, it's very powerful and should definitely be included in these decks. It's just not a card
I wouldn't say
I like playing.
I wouldn't say definitely included. We've seen it not be in a ton of decks.
Well, in these turbo decks without Metamorphosis and with Night Assailant and such, I think it should be included. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a staple. We've seen players win tournaments without it in the cast turbo decks at this point.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, P-Tranks even dropped it by the last few tournaments that he won.
That's very cool. I mean, I guess it's quite bad in these mirror matches.
I think it.
It's often.
I think it's become one of those win more cards.
I see your point, but it's also a card that wins, right?
It's like, yeah, it can unbrick you, but it can also cost you the game from activating it. But
Yeah,
both players are running here,
definitely.
so see, I don't think I dropped card destruction here if I'm Leclerc at this point.
Hello.
Hey, Swisky.
Oh, I think. Hi, Stursky.
Hey, hey. How are
How are
you?
you doing? I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Likewise. Which match are you watching?
We're watching Leclerc versus Everfall, and I'm gonna throw the question that we have going right now with each other. Do you still play card destruction in Chaos Control or Chaos Turbo?
Me personally.
Would you? Yeah, you personally, or do you think
Um,
it's a good idea?
well, yes, only in Chaos Turbo, but not in Chaos Control.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree completely.
So, are we watching the finals at the moment?
Losers finals.
Yep.
Mhm. So, this is game one.
Yes.
Correct.
So unless Leclerc wins on this turn, I think the card destruction was a mistake.
Oh, I think that's very harsh.
He is gonna hit the Serpent and has the Kaiku to combo with the card destruction. But
Well, the serpent was in the graveyard already.
okay, so that was already in the grave. So that I would say even more of a reason
To use the destruction.
I'd almost say not to. Like if he could have already cleared it with the Kaiku this turn anyway, then use the card destruction whenever he felt like he really needed to. But you're not gonna win the game this turn, as we just saw.
But Rickler didn't have the Kaiku. That's why they used the card destruction.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
am I wrong?
No, I'm pretty sure he summoned it and then played card destruction.
Oh, okay. Interesting. But
Um,
still, it. Okay, yeah, sure. I guess makes sense.
I think he was already in the better position. Well, if you got to Dutch Street with the card destruction, it's a good argument against me. But I think he's already in the better spot, and card destruction could just equal everything falling apart. But Trap Dust Shoot changed that whole theory. So
Nah, I think I would go for the card destruction if I know my opponent is not holding
I mean, he even said, "I'll take the
Thunder
risk."
Dragon or Serpent.
He even said, "I'll take the risk." So he thought about it as well. Of this could cost me.
Oh, but that was after Battle Phase and all of that happening.
So desperation play from Everfall here for the most part.
Yeah, it does need very specific cards to get out of this one.
So Reclair card destruction into PLS, Book of Moon, and Trap Dashut, I see.
Yeah,
And that's nice.
that's how he does it.
Yeah.
So Everfall very down on cards. Reclair has the knowledge, has the life points. If Reclair can clear this Chaos Sorcerer, probably
And
gonna have
Rickler knows
game.
that monster's a spy.
Is our commentary being recorded, by the way?
Yes, we should be streaming.
Oh, it's streaming. Okay.
But Everfall doesn't have a second spy in the deck, so the spy is quite weak. I would imagine Everfall only plays. Well, maybe they do play free spy. Could be.
I'm guessing not if you didn't flip it, unless, I mean, Torrental's gone already.
Well, 1200 life points is precarious, but spy is actually not.
PLS is gone, that's not enough to lose
Yeah, exactly.
the Chaos
So
Sorcerer
there's
attack.
nothing. Yeah, I agree.
Reclair seems to be on pure turbo.
And that's game. So yeah, life points doesn't matter, or what was it?
Okay, so should we talk about what are the common siding plans for Chaos Control versus Chaos Turbo and vice versa?
I mean, so far I'm not sure if anyone's even on control. I think they could both be on turbo. The biggest
Yeah, I
card,
think this is.
the biggest card
Yeah.
I think either could side is mind control at this point. The Kaiku seem to be main decked.
Yeah, Rickler seems to be on main deck Kaiku, and Everfall on main deck Trap Dust Shoot, and Rickler on main deck Trap Dust Shoot as well. So I doubt there's that much for them to bring in for this matchup, because it would appear they put quite a lot of tech choices into the main deck already for this matchup.
So what do you two think for Worlds? Do you main deck for Chaos?
I think
Yeah.
Worlds is going to be a lot of chaos and a lot of people trying to beat chaos.
Do you think just
Right.
everyone main decks Kaiku at this point?
No.
Swisky, what do you think?
Well, I personally, I like when I played Chaos Turbo, I liked my deck more synergistic, so I didn't run Kaikos. But I know I saw Carl White's deck profile and he ran Kaikos, and now it seems that both finalists here or semi-finalists are also playing Kaiko. But I mean, I personally always think about the worst case scenarios, and I see how Kaikos could not be very great in this deck. You know, you can't set them. You must be aggressive with them, even if your main deck doesn't really support aggression that well. They can be killed by by Tsuku and stuff like that, and
If
your
ever,
main deck doesn't really.
my thought is if everyone goes to main decking Kaiku's, goat control becomes a lot stronger.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think that's wishful thinking.
So
I mean,
Pot Duo, Thunder Dragon, Trap Dust Shoot, Magician of Faith is the cards left in Reclair's hand. Very strong.
Yes.
yeah, this is the classic Reclair hand as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think every time I play Ricklar, that's about what their hand looks like.
Lucas, that was your opening hand for every GFC match on stream, so
Definitely. I think mine even had charity as well,
Yeah,
so.
I think you did. I definitely watched you go. Oof, mind control. Jeez, spy. What are we gonna get here?
Mm.
I think this is a weak spot to use mind control. To be honest,
I mean, you put it in the deck for a reason, right?
not to grab a
Like,
Dekochi or a Sang in turn one. Like, there's nothing even in Everfall's graveyard here. You're not grabbing a potential threat unless you think they set the blank Faith with no spell with no spell in the grave.
Yeah, so the best thing you could hit is the Kochi.
Yeah, I think that's an awful mind control, to be honest. Yeah, he
yeah,
grabbed a
sure.
tomato.
I can see that.
It was
I can
awful.
see that. Yeah.
You at least want to save that for the Faith or a Chaos Monster.
There was
So this
a
is
high risk and a low reward.
And you have the Dust Shoot too already, so it's like... Yeah, I really don't see the mind control playing the play there.
You could grab a spy, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, Spire to Kochi, I guess is best case scenario, and
Yeah,
I'd rather
seems
see their
sweet.
I'd rather see their hand first.
Definitely. So probably gonna be a... Would you summon the second tomato here, or would you set the spy? I would probably summon the second tomato. Attack for 28. Nope.
one thing I was thinking about, if you main deck tomatoes in Chaos Control and you're facing the mirror match, should you side them out? Perhaps for Kaikos if you don't main them already. Because the tomatoes are the weakest link in the deck for the mirror match, I think.
I think I leave the
I
tomatoes in.
agree generally, but I think it becomes better after side because the people will bring in the random mind controls, just like we saw here.
Yeah, but you don't really.
But yeah, we're still quite weak, but we're slightly better after game 1.
Mm.
But as you're saying, there are better things to be doing in the Chaos Mirror, like Kaiku does shoot and such.
But I mean,
I think the card you actually don't need in this mirror is Gravekeeper Spy.
I don't even know what is happening in the Chaos Turbo Mirror. I mean, it's just a mess.
Spy in the mirror, like, it loses very hard to Sorcerer. It's awful to Mind Control. There's... What are you stopping an attack from? A tomato? A Dekochi? Nothing that major, right?
Well, your mind control becomes better if you're on the spy, right?
I mean, the best, I guess, for stealing your opponents, like, the best thing that the Mind Control is doing is... Or the best thing the Spy's doing is forcing your opponent to possibly play a Chaos Sorcerer earlier than they want to.
Yeah.
I'm not against spy.
I think Tomato... honestly, both the cards, I think, are not good, that great in the mirror. Tomato's probably better just for Mind Control reasons.
Yeah, I'm not too invested in the turbo decks, unfortunately. I'm
What
not
do you
sure.
think about side decking return from different dimension for Chaos Turbo Mirror matches?
I think it's a great idea. It's a hard thing to predict if your opponent has it or not, and can just win you the game with a single card.
I think it's very cool. I'm not sure if it's good enough or not, but it's very cool and definitely interesting and worth trying out.
It is a threat that you have to worry about, whether they're even side decking the card or not. A threat that you can't even do all that much about either, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the thing, because the decks
Yeah,
don't
as you
even
were
play
saying in your
Scarecrow.
video, Scully, that you shouldn't try to play around it. So you can't really play around it.
Mm-hmm. Both players opened very good, but I think for Claire it's just a bit better. Like
yeah.
Everfall's opening hand, he was probably like, all right, this is pretty good. It's gonna be all right. And then you dust shoot, and you're like, oh no.
To me, this is just a typical Chaos Turbo mirror. The player that opens better snowballs the game because there's little the other player can do about it.
So we're gonna mind control again, possibly for game.
Just the magician. Yep.
I'm so sad. What has become of our format?
Thunder Dragon.
Well, you can either play a Chaos deck with Kaiko and Dust Shoots and Mind Controls, or you can play a Necrovalor deck. You get to choose.
Patrick Hoban said that it's always better to play a deck with the best engine than a deck with the best counter to the best engine. That this is more modern theory than GOAT format, but maybe it still applies here.
Being linear definitely has its upsides.
Yeah.
It depends how well you can call the meta.
Oh, is the ring on BLS not gonna work out? Did Ricklor just realize? No? Maybe not.
Last night I got Ring of Destruction, barrel behind the door.
Oh, that's cool.
And Reclaire
Yeah.
moves on to the finals.
So who is in the finals? Rickler and
FDF.
FDS.
oh, what does he play?
I do not know. I've not followed this tournament.
Same.
Hey, Rickler said he got some luck.
You think?
Uh,
Maybe just a little.
Okay, so we will move on now to the finals with unknown deck versus Rickler's Chaos Turbo with main Kaikos like we saw, right?
So Jeff
Yep.
has confirmed this is the biggest FLC.
Yep.
Everfall is a really nice guy, I have to say this.
Yeah, I like Everfall a lot.
Rickler
Every
is
time
also a nice guy.
Super positive.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm very fond of both players.
I don't know FDS at all.
I haven't
Yeah, me
interacted with him
neither.
much.
Neither did I. Um,
So FDS wants a bathroom break, and then we're going to play the grand finals. What? Everfall is already qualified. What is the... Oh,
yeah,
okay. Never mind.
I think me and Everfall qualified in the same tournament.
Definitely, yes.
Mm. I think when I played some aggro today, just for fun, and
Yep.
I think I played the exact net deck of Everfall's winning deck that day, because I saw main deck Mobius 3 times Sakuretsu armor and as well as creature swaps. So I think
That's-
that was his deck that day.
That sounds very good against aggro.
Yeah.
So did you win?
Yeah, I won game 1 and game 3 somehow.
Obviously, Sirski doesn't lose that easily.
Yeah. I haven't played in so long.
Yeah, I haven't played much either the last few months. I just recently uh joined the GFC 10 in I don't know.
Did you
I just
top or
heard.
win? You won, right?
Yeah, I got third. I got third.
Oh, third. Okay.
Which did
But
qualify.
yeah, we gave invites to top 4 for that one.
How many people are qualified altogether now? About 100 or?
How many qualified altogether is probably like 130 because of so many legacy, but
Mhm.
I would say like 35 are registered for the event.
Oh.
There's
So
probably like a bit more than 20 from GFCs and a bit more than 15 from FLCs.
Yeah, I would say so.
So that should make it close to 40 who has qualified from recent times from just those sources.
My I think it's closer to like 45 that are registered. I if we get like a 32 person tournament, I'll be very happy for Worlds.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I know we
should
have
I?
at least like 16 legacy players that are gonna play.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's a lot.
so I think we're gonna hit the 32 number.
Yeah, sure.
Which tournament did Carl White win? Was it GFC or FLC?
GFC.
Oh, okay. So I guess he is also playing in the Worlds, right?
Yes. Yeah, he
Mm,
won.
that's interesting.
He won GFC 9. I would say overall the GFCs have been a bit more difficult to win than the FLCs.
Well, there are
Not
more participants, right?
more participants, and I think some of the FLCs have just been kind of weak in the players that have entered them. And we also had, I think, 2 events in a row where qualified overdose players have won the event, have won FLCs, where so like no new invites have come from those either.
Oh, okay.
So I think Chris Perovic won FLC 13 and Anthony Alvarado won FLC 14.
Yeah.
And both of them had legacy invites already.
And if Riklar causes an upset here in the grand finals and wins 2 in a row against FDS, then once again.
No, this is top 2 get invites, so FDS is qualified.
Yeah, but an already qualified player wins, right?
Oh, for the whole thing, yes. But FDS
Yeah.
does qualify for this
Yeah.
event.
By the way, what do you think of the Chaos Control against Chaos Turbo matchup?
I would think Chaos Turbo on papers should win the matchup, right?
I agree.
Like that's why Chaos Turbo even exists, is my guess. I mean,
I agree.
it's hard to say because Chaos Turbo came out right around the time of. Well, Swisky, you could probably talk on this because you were the first one to do well with it. When Chaos Warrior was the best deck, even though Chaos Warrior did just win the last GFC 10, but I think Chaos Turbo kind of counters Chaos Warrior better than Chaos Control does.
I agree. Tomato and Spy are a lot better against Blade Knight than other flips that Chaos Control plays or played traditionally.
My build at that time was very extreme, I would say, because I had 3 Decree, 3 Messenger of Peace, and main decking Spice, Tomatoes, and siding into additional New Doria.
So
So
as
it was.
anti Chaos Warrior as you could have gotten.
Yeah, and I so I don't even remember, was I awarded with many matchups that tournament or not, because I don't think I played many Chaos Warrior matchups in that tournament.
I just
I don't know.
remember you and Everfall playing the finals, and both decks were super teched against warriors, and neither one could
Yeah,
barely kill the other.
basically I said I'm not worrying about scapegoats, and then I lost 2 scapegoats. So it was fair.
Yeah,
Yo,
that
Chaos Turbo can
finals,
afford a
that finals was a statistical anomaly, though, right? Your Thunder Dragons were not kind to you.
yeah, that was like you said, statistical anomaly. But even on paper, I had so much of a lack of counters to scapegoats. I didn't
Yeah,
run Asura, no tribe, no torrential, nothing.
yeah.
So you're
Yeah, I
not as
remember doing commentary for that match. You were playing grand finals for over 2 hours, I think.
Mm-hmm. Most of the games went to the few last cards.
Yep.
And still, there was no Thunder Dragon to be seen.
Yep.
I just opened the video with Dale and Scully, and the
Yeah.
first deck I see is the Chaos Angel Chaos.
Yeah, I love that deck. I loved it. It's so fun.
But unfortunately, I think now it can't win versus Chaos Turbo.
Yeah, it seems like an awful choice. I agree. Okay, so the players have started.
Okay, let's see.
So Riklar is on the play. No, he's on the draw. FDS is on the play.
Okay, now we will finally see what he is playing.
I'm still looking for the game.
FDS T set pass.
Okay, got it.
I would be so happy if FDS was running Detox Goat Control.
So a weak start from Leclerc here, having to set back against a set monster.
Yeah,
Never the optimal thing. But
no Trinities.
ooh, we're gonna see the nobleman.
Yeah, so this is Chaos Control or Goat Control.
I think Chaos Control, since we're playing in the finals of the tournament.
Right now I would say goat control based on the cards I see in hand.
No, that looks like Chaos Control.
I mean, these
Based
cards are
on-
played in both decks.
Based on nothing, it looks like chaos control.
Yeah, basically.
But we didn't get any information on
You know,
which
the
one it is.
you play blind matchup and your opponent goes Pot of Breed. Yeah, looks like Chaos Turbo to me.
Definitely.
Okay, now it's more like Chaos Control-ish.
Yeah,
wouldn't-
slightly more likely. Definitely.
I am not sold just on the Dakochi that it's chaos control.
I'm sold just by the fact that this is winners finals. Or the grand finals, rather.
That is a ugly set heavy storm. Yeah, you deserve everything that just happened there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, now we have another chance to draw into.
Graceful was the card off the Dakochi.
Cool.
Drop a BLS from Leclerc here.
Or Nobleman T-set pass. Oh, that feels so bad. Not challenging the Dekoichi.
Hmm.
So if Rickler had a tomato, he
Let's
would have
see. I will
damned it,
quickly.
right?
Let's see. 28.
And it's not a spy. So it could definitely be Magician of Faith.
Which
there's the
not be
So-
very strong, even if it is.
Yeah,
I quickly calculated what is the percentage of drawing one Tsuku in the first 12 cards, and it says here it's 51. So
Here's the second nobleman. Can hit Dakochi. That's great.
And it looks like FDS is going to run away with this one.
Okay, so no Tsuku here, but we are 2 summons ahead, and in a card advantage, it's very hard for Quickler now.
Well, a Chaos Monster can change this whole game still.
Yeah, I'm also looking at like Graceful Charity combined with Knight Assailant, Sinister Serpent, and such.
I hate the setting of these heavy storms.
Yeah, I also don't understand it in this stage.
I don't mind it so much, but yeah, there are better spots.
It would have actually made this breaker very weak if he did not set the heavy storm.
Yeah, it didn't work out here, and it didn't work out for Rickler earlier either, and definitely looks bad, but we don't know what
So-
information the players are working with.
Grabbing the pot of greed makes me think more that FDS is on go control.
No, we're on Chaos.
You have no proof.
Yeah,
do not.
James said in the Discord
That it's go
What did he
control.
say?
that he has chaos control.
Damn it.
Okay. Quote James. Come on, guys, stop saying it's go control lol. It's grand finals, not losers round 3.
Rest in peace.
I will
Rest in peace, go
I will-
control.
I will play God Control 24 hours every day now until Worlds.
Only to lose in the second round.
Yeah, in the first round.
He said until World, so he'll change the
No, I think it's double elimination, so you'll make it to the second.
No, I always go 0-2 drop.
0-2 drop. Aren't you just out if you're 0-2?
Yeah, I mean 0-2 in the first match, and then I just drop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't really have huge expectations for myself in Worlds, so maybe I should just play Ghost Control and lose out fast and be the people's hero, and take that
Yeah,
approach instead.
Make sure to play 3 Asura and no Charity as well.
How good would you feel here as FDS if you stole this heavy storm?
Yeah. I mean, there was no as far as we can see, there was no business there setting heavy. Because he had nothing to out, I mean, no pressure, nothing on board. But at least this torrential is putting in some work now.
Then play heavy and feel amazing, but we lost it to breaker.
Do you guys remember when we had a month or two we're not playing torrential, was in the as popular, let's say.
That still is. I bet you Reclair's not playing it.
Yeah, I remember, but I haven't really caught up yet with the current meta, so
It looks like chaos. What else?
you think? So do you go Darkblade here or do you go Senshi? I think I'm not sure which I would have gone for. I would have been tempted to go.
When you're this many cards ahead, I think you go Darkblade.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like the
I think Darkblade.
Why do you care more about the 2000? Wow, that is an early scooping too.
Yeah, quality of life.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't see scooping there.
Scooping, never the correct play. Definitely not.
Even if you have nothing, like, see your next card.
Okay, so now at this point, it's nice time to talk about turbo versus chaos control side. Because I think here is a very strong division of opinions between should chaos turbo side mind controls and Kaikos versus chaos control or not.
I say yes.
Yeah,
You think?
if you put them into your side deck, it's to bring them in here, right?
I'm not sure because chaos control plays so many sets that aren't mind controllable.
Well, we did see double the Kochi.
Yeah, but I mean,
No,
there's
yeah,
mimics, tomatoes, angels, serpents, sangans, even tsukuyomis with correct back row can be set.
I think there is it's an interesting discussion of whether or not to include mind control in your
I,
side deck and
I,
such. But if you do include them, I think this is where you bring them in.
I think you put it in. Worst case, you're banishing a chaos monster with it. There's no answer for mind control for a cat on a chaos monster, and the potential to just run away with the game on a magician of faith.
I mean, I think this is interesting. Like you said in the worst case you banish chaos monsters, but because when I played goat control, I only said that mind controls with intent to banish chaos monsters, and just if I had to, I took the sets with it. Um, you know, because if you have a hard read on Magician of Fate, then you take it. But
Yeah, but now it's also Dakochi, Spy, and Magician of Faith are all good targets for mind control on top of the chaos monsters.
it's not that good, especially versus chaos control, because you just flip their Dekoichi, they get it back, and then they summon Tsukuyomi next to it next turn.
Maybe,
Yeah,
but even
it's
those
not
decks, I
that
think, are
good.
still only running one Tsukiyomi at this point. Like, it's not a Tsukiyomi has not been a card that we see consistently at all.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, but I think the chaos controls decks still have to play two of them.
No,
Turbo runs 0 or 1.
I think Control's playing one. From the decks we looked at recently, right, Lucas? They're all playing at least 1-0 in Control at this point.
Well, my deck did play too, to be fair, but yeah, I see your point.
I think I just watched some deck lists on the School's video, and they all had two Tsuks.
Did they all have two?
But a few of those were older lists as well, right?
Yeah,
Like
we
the
did
Angel
start.
list
We
and
did
the.
start with older lists, but I know the Tango list was only playing one, which is the one that got between your deck. That was the other one that got the farthest. So
Isn't Tango always playing some hybrid between Turbo and Control?
it definitely his decks do seem to fall between the two a bit. So the duo from McClare here just did hit double Thunder Dragon.
Oh, but we see the classical Reclair hand here again with Charities, Assailant, and Duo.
Yeah, typical Rickler. I think my ladder record against Rickler is something like 3 and 6.
He has a very good ladder record.
Yeah, he has single-handedly smashed all my stats online.
So some very aggressive plays here from McClare is going to be in a good position, I think, after this. Oh, but Goat is a good answer. So now the best card to be set for FDS here is Dakochi, I guess?
Yeah, he gets a dark.
I mean, Spy's a great lock, but not going to get this summon. So yeah, Dakochi would be best case scenario.
I don't think we're playing Spy. I was gonna say it could be Tsukiyomi, but I didn't. Oh, that feels so bad. Why didn't I do it?
Yeah. I mean, Tsukiyomi is normally a good set. I mean, versus the old jazz-like Chaos Turbo builds where they didn't run even Breaker and no Kaikos. Tsukiyomi was really good set, but nowadays you will lose to Breakers, Kaikos, and stuff like that.
But it did trade for Nobleman at least. It didn't
Yeah,
get
and
run over by the Breaker. I would have been tempted to save the Nobleman if I was Rickler.
I think he just tried to. He just tried to get rid of the darks.
I guess that's fair.
Hello, Roust. He's muted.
Hello, now I'm here. Not for long though. Just it's the FLC this weekend, isn't it? I totally forgot.
We are watching the finals.
Who's playing?
Rickler versus FDS,
Oh, interesting.
and Rickler is winning game 2.
Yeah, I think no, we have already normal summoned, right? No, we haven't. Have we? Maybe not.
They have not.
I tabbed out for a second. Sorry, my bad.
Yes.
So is
So that
FDS
has
is
to be. I think he is.
Here we go.
Yeah, that was the obvious ring, but nothing could be done against it.
So Reclaire is on loser side. Even if he wins this game, we'll have to win another set.
So, Rickler is kind of. If they win this game, I think we're favored to win the final.
I agree.
I have not been enjoying play against Chaos Turbo as Chaos Control. I think Turbo has an edge. At least that's what I'm telling myself when I lose.
So where do you think Turbo loses the edge? That it's not just the best deck. Is it against Chaos Warrior? Is it against Goat Control? Where is the flaw in Chaos Turbo then? If you think Chaos Control isn't the better deck.
That's
I
what
think
I'm trying to figure out for Worlds, but I might just end up sleeping up
can't-
Night Assailants.
I think that you can't prepare well against every alternate Windex. Like you can't do well versus aggro and versus Reasoning Gate and versus burn decks.
Well, we've seen even just King Dragoon could just on itself defeat this Chaos deck as well.
Yeah, especially if you don't run Torrential Tribe and Mirror Force.
Right? How do you
You
kill
could
it?
also You could also claim that if people are going to be main decking Trap Dust Shoot, Kaiku, and Necro Valley and such, then Chaos Control might be a better choice.
So
As Chaos Control doesn't suffer as much from those cards,
we're gonna have Noble
in my opinion.
and Mind Control for options for Reclaire. I assume we're gonna see the Dekochi bounced here. The Regeki Break will be weak. Maybe hit for 16 direct and set the book. That is not a great spot for Reclaire.
No, don't summon Tribe.
Summoning Tribe seems poor here, I agree.
Oh, he puts Tribe back. I would
So-
be happy about this if I was Reclaire.
No.
Now we can knock.
Now what do you do as Reclaire? Do you summon the Dekochi?
No, you bait out the knock and just trade.
What if it's Mind
Right.
Control?
Well, then you trade for that.
And what are you baiting the knockout for? You don't have any power spells.
No, but I'm saying that it's just a 1-for-1. It's not that bad.
I disagree.
I'll take the 1-for-1.
You're down to you have no good cards at this point if your Dekochi gets knocked.
Yeah, sure.
At least if you summon, you have some board presence against
But
a person with two.
When I
Thunder
top
Daggers
deck
in
my
their
next
hand.
Dekoichi, I'm in the same position again, right?
Summoning the Koichi.
I agree with this play. I think this seems good.
Didn't he also have a book?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said the book as well.
So I would summon the Dekochi.
No, I think this is fine.
You now
I
just
see your point,
lost,
though.
You now just lost your magicians and your Dekochis as lights and darks.
Yeah.
It's fine, Scully.
I mean, it's not fine, but I think it's better than the alternative.
Okay, so FDS doesn't have a summon. This is
So this is 2800 damage that could have been potentially on the board then.
I think that's very optimistic.
Well, it was wrong because it would have been goats. But we know Reclaire has a book for Thousand Eyes here.
Yep.
So then we're gonna book Tribute Summon for Thunder Dragon and attack the face down. Whatever
Makes
it is.
sense. Yeah, makes sense.
Night
Yeah.
Assailant maybe. Oh, the second nobleman.
So now I'm not sure why did he play scapegoats before knocking.
I think he just
I
wanted
think,
to force this book out.
yeah, I think they wanted to, because now we have pressure in the form of the Thunder Dragon, right? Just trade the resources, create a point of pressure.
I don't know. I like to leave the awkward book standalone set there because
I would have left
you can get.
I would have left the Thousand Eyes set here. He doesn't. He doesn't have an answer unless he top decks it for the Thousand Eyes. I mean,
Yeah, that's even.
I guess he could have mind controlled it and sucked up a token and left him stuck with that, and then he still would have burned the mind control. He would have sacked for Thunder Dragon next turn.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I think
I think you leave the Thousand Eyes set.
I'm not sure I would have flipped scapegoat. Maybe Nobleman was off the top. That could be it.
Oh yeah, perhaps.
Because I agree, I wouldn't have flipped goats there.
I think the Southern Dragon attack is going to go through though. He's not going to Regeki break this.
Yeah, that Regeki breaking this Thunder Dragon is playing to lose, I think.
Yeah, I see. Do you guys know who quote "this is great" end quote is?
No,
I don't know.
I do not. How's that?
She's flaming every replay since I came here. He's flaming like crazy in the watchers chat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what?
I have not interacted with him. I've seen him online on Dueling Book, that's all.
I just want to say, if the Dekochi was normal summoned, it would still be on the board.
That's not even close to being true.
That the Koichi would get, I think, 1000-ized.
No, he would have booked the Thousand Eyes, and then Regeki breaked.
Okay, can we leave this Dekoichi discussion?
I think it was a critical point of the game.
Yeah, but I don't think the other line of play would have worked out any better. On average. Wow. That was a heavy storm.
Like, again, just setting cards that don't need to be set.
And FDS wins FLC 15.
Like,
If only the Dekoichi was in attack mode.
Yeah, if only.
Why did you set the mind control here?
I don't know.
Yeah, so we all agree that the Koichi was the critical mistake here.
It would have at least led to a different outcome than this, I think. This was brutal.
Okay, I don't know. No. I stand my ground. Anyway, congratulations to FDS for winning
Yeah.
FLC 15. Very nice play.
Undefeated.
Fun to see another player doing well with
Metamorphosis.
chaos control. Yeah.
Alright, thanks guys. We'll see you at Goat Format Worlds.
See you, bye bye.